Welcome back to the Locker Room. I'm Jessie Price, and we've got another loaded show for you today. First up, we're diving into one of the biggest quarterback debates in football. Who are you taking today, Joe Burrow or Josh Allen? I love them both. Is Burrow's accuracy, poise, and winning pedigree enough to put him over Allen's unbelievable arm and talent, athleticism, and game-breaking ability? We're settling the debate. Then we'll shift to the next generation of stars. 2 seasons into their career, who stands at the top of the 2024 quarterback draft class? Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix, Drake May, who has separated themselves, who's exceeded expectations, and who has the brightest future. Expect some heated opinions on that one, and of course, we couldn't leave without talking about LeBron James and what we're going to expect from his 76ers season. You know how we do it. Strong opinions, real debates, and no holding back. This is the Locker Room. Let's get into it. And may I introduce to you, Tuna.
Hi.
We all know Aaron, but Tuna's new here.
Hi.
We're excited to have the fun hot takes, debates. As I was saying earlier, we've got Josh Allen and Joe Burrow behind me, and I'm really appreciating.
Sorry, I saw a beetle on the ground and it's throwing me off. So I was like,
Don't let the beetle distract you from these two fine men.
A beetle running around here. What is that? Anyways, okay.
Okay, yeah, Aaron, tell me, Joe, are you taking Joe Burrow or Josh Allen?
Oh, I'm taking Josh Allen. But I have to be honest, I need to hear what Tuna has to say before I start running off everything here. I have to hear why could we possibly take Joe Burrow right now over Josh Allen the last few years? I have to hear what you have to say.
I mean, look at the face, bro. Like,
Face card.
man.
Face card.
I mean, Josh Allen's not too
man,
not too shabby.
Don't let the old padded, deflated muscles fool you. I am a girly at heart, and that face right there. That is the most handsome man in the league. After, I do like Matthew Stafford as a Rams fan. He's got the grays, the peppers, like
of course after
the
Justin
salt and
Herbert.
pepper. He's like in the salt and pepper right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't like how his beards do come in like little Abe Lincoln, but that's a conversation for a different day. Man, I didn't know that it was honestly a hot take to say Joe Burrow is better than some cats like Josh Allen, if I'm being honest. I hear you. The dual threat with Allen, the fact that he can truck over any D lineman, linebacker, like he's highlight reel waiting to happen. Genuinely,
Fair.
Love watching him play. I think I'm not in the category of saying that his MVP was voter fatigue because of Lamar Jackson. Like I do think, hey, he warranted that MVP himself, and he beat out Lamar. Against my personal feelings, I would have voted for Lamar. That's just me. But hey, you still earned it. You got to go out and do it.
Well, yeah, we're giving you the cream de la creme right here. The only J name we're missing is Justin Herbert.
Yeah. Hey, I'm liking the
I
way
can
this
tell
is
you're
starting.
dying to throw him in there. Like
Always.
you want him in that top 5.
Justin's PR team loves me.
So I know last year, and I got some numbers here for Joe Burrow. We all know he missed a good chunk of the year. Their season was kind of down the drain, just like any other NFL team. You don't have your quarterback. There's not a lot of backup quarterbacks that are going to keep you playoff bound. Joe Flacco did his best. Love the guy. He's not Joe Burrow. When he came back, though, so he only played those last 6 games, 1,600 yards, 15 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. He didn't have T. Higgins for weeks 12 and 14, so I know he's got great weapons, and I already know what you're going to say.
Hey,
I know.
the best weapons in the league. Let's just say when it comes to wide receivers.
He's got that, and don't worry, we'll get to Josh Allen's his poor lowly team that everyone has no one on there. But I do think Joe Burrow is almost at the mercy of what I think is not the best coaching, and I don't think Zach Taylor. I think Zach Taylor will deservedly be on a very hot seat this year if they don't have deep playoff success.
Okay.
Like they've been here for too many years now. This roster is in your image.
So what is it that's making Josh Allen, or that the reasons why specifically you would take Burrow over Allen?
You look at how the team operated. Obviously, zero. I'm just gonna say zero defense, like and almost the entire time he's been there. Trey Hendrickson's the only name that like pops off the list, and no one's rushing to throw him in like their own top 5, hell top 10. Like the casual fan, that's not a household name,
And he's gone now.
And like easily. And every year we can talk about a Jamar Chase contract away from like, oh, I'm just gonna walk out. That's a Bengals thing. So the lack of support, the lack of, I think, consistent head coaching to put him in like good positions, like no offensive line support. It was porous in Super Bowl 56.
Right.
Like my Rams, like look at the final play. Like like I know it's Aaron Donald. He still got there in like what, a second and a half.
Yep.
If he had 2 seconds, and I hate to say this to my Rams fans, if he had 2 seconds to throw the ball, Jamar Chase is open downfield because unfortunately Jalen Ramsey, that was one of his worst games I've seen on a big stage from that guy. We're talking about Joe Burrow, the Super Bowl champion, and I'm upset because Matthew Stafford doesn't have one yet. Like, we were 2 seconds away from being upset at Jalen Ramsey rather than we love him, Super Bowl champ. I do think in that season alone, and then look at what he did last year in the last 6 weeks, he's a complete elevator of the Cincinnati Bengals franchise. Like, I don't think they have even near the amount of wins that they have, and it's still a losing record for Zach Taylor in his tenure. Yeah, just those numbers alone coming in off the bench from the turf toe, 1,600 yards, a 3-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio. Yes, he has Jamar Chase. Yes, he has T. Higgins. Yes. I know, but that's all he's got on that roster. I'm not moved. Like no shout at the not like explosive, really exciting running backs because I gotta hear about Kyron Williams all the time. But Chase Brown is not like a big needle mover that people are talking about endlessly in fantasy or like as, oh, hey, he's in my top 10.
Yeah.
That's all he's got. He's never had like a complete team where you can come into a season and easily say, yo, the Bengals are going to move some mountains this year. It's Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. And the thing that
putting the team on their back.
I got a lot of practice last year defending Matthew with this exact same debate because everyone's talking about Puka and Tay, right? That's cool that you have them. You still have to go fucking do it. No one sits about Tom Brady and says, oh, he's a stat patter and, yeah, but he had Randy Moss. Like, no, we admire that year. Almost perfect. Broke records. Randy Moss had 23 touchdowns or whatever it is. Yep. You still got to go do it. And just like Stafford did last year, Joe Burrow continues to just make highlight after highlight with those guys as well. And I think just an absolute, like you just see, like when he came back in, right away, like losing record, hey, Joe's back. We might actually have a chance to make the playoffs and do this. Okay. Inconsistent at times, just usual with, I'll give him his knock. I don't think he's the best at recognizing pressure, whether it's the system, whether it's just his confidence shot after a few years. I do think he holds on to the ball a little bit too long.
Which I can say the same thing about Josh Allen.
But he's mobile.
Exactly. That's where he's able to use his athleticism to get away with that.
So, Aaron, do you agree with everything Tuna is saying? And how would you then defend Josh being better?
I agree with aspects. You know, I agree with aspects. I mean, he did
concepts.
have. I mean,
right, yeah.
I agree with the fact that he had T. Higgins and Jamar Chase as his wide receivers. You know, that we can agree with because it's facts. But at the end of the day, I mean, first and foremost,
You're
the number
still
one
picking
thing.
Josh.
Oh, of course. It's not even close to me. It's not even close for these reasons I'm going to name. First and foremost, the best ability is availability. That's what they say.
That's fair.
Last 4 seasons, Josh Allen has missed 1 game. The last 4 seasons, Joe Burrow has missed, let's just say he's missed 25 games in his whole career. All right, Josh Allen has only missed 8. All right, so in just 1 year, last year alone, he's already missed more games than Josh Allen misses his entire career. And Josh Allen is out here running through trucking boys, throwing his body, putting it out there at risk. So he's as tough as they get. And then we take it over. He didn't have Jamar Chase. He didn't have T. Higgins to throw the ball to. He had to just make it happen you hiking the ball and he's running around out there. He's running around he's putting the team on his back by himself, which is one of the reasons he had 14 touchdowns last year as a quarterback. But now let's just look at the numbers. The past 4 years, I'm going to go back. So the past 4 years, Josh Allen had accounted for, this is including rushing touchdowns as well, accounted for 39 touchdowns, 3,700 yards, 10 interceptions. That's last year. Burrow, 17 touchdowns, 1,800 yards, 5 interceptions, only played 8 games. So, you know, that speaks for itself right there. And then we'll go back to his last season, his healthy season in 2024. He goes for 45 total touchdowns, 43 passing, 2 rushing for Joe Burrow, 4,900 yards and 9 interceptions. Probably his best best year. Yeah. Very, very good season.
He finished top 5 in voting, I think.
Yeah,
I remember.
Yeah, top 5.
Yeah.
And this was, I believe, Josh Allen's MVP year, right? He ended up going for 40 touchdowns, rushing and passing combined, 3,700 yards, 6 interceptions. The year before that, another injury year. His numbers are back down there again. He goes 15 touchdowns for Joe Burrow, 2,300 yards, 6 interceptions. Plays 10 games. In that same season, Josh Allen goes for 44 touchdowns, 4,300 yards, 18 interceptions. And the numbers are just consistent like that through Josh Allen's entire career. You go back, 35 touchdowns, 34 touchdowns, as far as that's just passing only, not even including the rushing numbers in that stat. So I just think it's the consistency with him every single year in and year out. He's playing all of the games. He's scoring almost all the points himself. And not only that, he also has more playoff wins than Joe Burrow has. Joe Burrow kind of made one run there. Yeah. And that was all of the majority of his playoff success. When Josh Allen, year in and year out, is finding ways to get wins, even though he's not making it to the Super Bowl yet. But yeah, so those are the reasons why I got Josh Allen.
I think also to add to that too, my quick Google search pulled up that Josh Allen has 88 regular season wins, whereas Joe, and listen, I'm with you, beautiful face Joe, 43 wins. So that's double. I think it's hard to argue who's the better quarterback when you have nearly double the amount of wins. And also every other statistical category pretty much as well. But does Josh have the same amount of Riz that Joe has? These are the questions.
That is the important question.
I would love to go do some investigative journalism on any of Joe Burrow's past dates and just see what's he really like.
Oh, please do the investigative work.
Is the camera work? Is the Riz real, or is that just camera work? So I'm curious.
I mean, it seems pretty authentic to me. He seems like Cool Joe ever since back at LSU days.
I could see him being a little weird in a great way. Again, with the I bought my O-line samurai swords. He could pull up some random facts about something, and I would just
Dinosaur
be
bones.
Okay, cool. Anyway,
and when it comes, I would just love to see what Josh Allen would look like if he had a Jamar Chase and T. Higgins on his side too. I mean, he's already putting up similar amount of touchdowns in total without those guys. If you add those guys in the mix, I mean, we might be talking about him breaking touchdown, right? Breaking Peyton Manning's 55 or something.
Look, man, I didn't want to do this. I can't do this thing because it's so funny. I got practice for this debate with the Stafford versus Drake May crap last year. A lot of Patriots fans are like, look at Drake May doesn't have anybody. There's no one out there. It's like, okay, let's chill the hell out. Got a great defense. The offense is extremely efficient. And I don't like doing this. I look at the schedule, the strength of schedule in a division you're in. Last year I had to talk up the NFC West. NFC West is the best division in football right now. AFC East.
It's close.
AFC East hasn't been the strongest the last few years. For a good amount of years, it's been the Bills' turn to run the tables. Hey, this is your division. Yeah. No one's slotting the Dolphins to win a lot of games. Jets are always going to be the Jets until I don't know, hell freezes over and I see something different. Same way I think about Raiders and Browns. It's you got some deep rooted traumas that you've got to go to therapy and figure the hell out. That's the Jets.
100%.
Patriots are finally back on track with Vrabel, and we'll see if he.
With Vrabel and Rossini.
Yeah. I was I didn't want to go. I didn't know if we could talk about it here. But yeah, with that whole deal, we'll see if they stay up to par. But AFC North is no joke. What they got to play with in there, and on top of that, the team dynamic of who the Bills actually have. You had a leading rusher last year. I'm not gonna hear this where James Cook is one of the nobodies around Josh Allen for his style of play, him being so mobile, so dynamic. Let alone helps any quarterback have a running game. Again, I'm always going to reference Matthew Stafford because he has 18 years of just stuff for me to pull from. But his years in Detroit were never had a good rusher, never had a good defense. Everyone knew the talent, but it's just okay, I don't know, what the fuck else can a guy do at that point? So with Josh Allen, he's got that. I love Kincaid. Kincaid's a great tight end. And one of his better years, Josh Allen, you had Stephon Diggs. I'm in no way going to say Stephon Diggs is one of the best number ones, even at his peak.
He came in solid though, just stepping in
Very
to
solid.
step in for a number one, and then for a young QB, it's about as good as you can get.
Very good. And like his talent level, I think he's a little underrated at times. But I'm not gonna sit here and say like, oh, he's Jamar Chase. Like,
Yeah.
No. But that combined with what they have, and I think better coaching quality over the last few years to where they can get a competent defense. And hey, I'm gonna put a positive spin on this. He had a safety that was so superhuman. He came back from the dead. Like I don't know a guy in Cincinnati that can do that.
That is facts.
We love DeMar Hamlin. Sorry, we love you. But
how's his play on the field? Is he looking? Is he one of the top safeties?
I wouldn't say that. But
So-
he's still on the team.
Yeah, exactly.
Superhuman. No.
He's still on the team.
No, a complete joke. But I think they have had more competent general managing and defensive coaching to at least allow them, like you said, to stay in games. Even if Josh Allen's had a bad game, like they've been able to win in other ways.
Exactly.
In Cincinnati, it is like they go as Joe Burrow goes, for better or for worse. And so yeah.
I like the arguments you're making about Joe not having the team or the assembly around him to be that great of a quarterback. If you could just theoretically here pluck and place him on any team, which one is going to make him the number one, hands down, overall best?
There's a lot of smoke out there that I do propagandize a lot, that whenever Matthew Stafford's gone, like he would be phenomenal in Los Angeles.
I've heard it before.
It comes from
It
a lot
would
of
be a
places
good
of
fit.
folks I know.
Yeah,
It would be
I
a good
think it
fit.
could happen.
Two quarterbacks who are completely stationary that can sling it. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
it's a good fit.
It is a different style of offense. I do think McVay works better with guys who can stay in the pocket. But the honest answer, the real answer is anybody that McVay, Shanahan. I'll give like who's another one? Like an Andy Reid type. Like anything that they can be real offensive masterminds and cater it to your quarterback. I think that's really.
Yeah.
I think if you
Shocking.
give him a great defense, then we're talking.
Sure.
Then he's ready to cook.
Yeah.
So it's less of the
Broncos-
assets around him and more so the coaching that
Yeah.
you think, okay.
Yeah, because I think in both regards for both quarterbacks, like obviously Josh Allen like has had less higher end quality of offensive weapons, but he's an elevator.
Yeah.
Because they can pump out 12, 13, 14 wins off of his back. Like I'm not ignoring that at all. The same with Joe Burrow too. But I do think that there's a lot more dragging him down from like an organizational standpoint that no amount of play can do it. Like they won in Arrowhead, like they did all that to get to SoFi and almost beat the Rams. And like they're out here practicing in the snow. Like, they didn't have an outdoor facility until then. And like the Brown family, I know, is historically just you're combating against that as well. And I think there's a little bit less of that in Buffalo. And it's not the center of attention for this debate, but I'm not going to be surprised if Burrow like is an MVP favorite this year.
So,
even
question for
without a
you: if
defense.
you put Joe Burrow on the Bills, are they better?
Ooh. I think a direct back and forth with those, I think he almost ends up like roughly the same. I think they're both potentially 12-win teams. I think what Josh Allen brings to the table can overcompensate again for a bad defense.
That's what I was going to say. I feel like if you bring Josh Allen to Cincinnati, he's got those two guys on offense to throw the ball to, and then he's able to actually run away from people when the line breaks down, as they do over and over again. When Burrow couldn't do that and be able to make plays. So I'm thinking if Josh Allen plays for the Bengals, they're a playoff team.
Listen, I like it. We have 15 seconds on the clock, so I feel like that's a perfect time for me to say shout out to our sponsors. Cut to commercial, right?
Yeah, definitely. I got some catching up to do in the points somehow. I don't know. I listed off 100 points.
Well, boom on the buzzer beater right there. We will be right back. And we are back. Guys, I gotta shift it to the larger conversation here. Best of the 2024 quarterback draft. I already know, Aaron, you're gonna go sound off about your boy Bo Nix. And as an Oregon alum, I won't be too mad about it. I won't be too mad about it.
Everybody should have this take, but I don't understand it. But anyway.
We'll see. Maybe Tuna has something to say about that. But do you want to start us off?
Yeah.
Who do you have?
Yeah. So we got to roll with my man Bo Nix here. All right. I don't even need to look at anything because it's all up here at this point.
Riddle it
all
all.
right. So when I'm looking at who I'm taking over another person, I'm gonna look at all the main categories to start, right? And if there's one guy who's leading all of those categories over the other guys,
And these categories
probably
are
this guy is doing better.
Arm,
No.
speed. What do you?
No. These categories are the top categories that mean the most in the game of football. Wins, which people are going to argue that's a team stat, but quarterbacks lead the teams. You know, without a quarterback, you don't have anything. So quarterbacks lead the teams. Touchdowns, yards, these are all the top of the line quarterback stats. All right, Bo Nix leads the category of touchdowns by a long shot. He has 64, I believe. I'm forgetting who has the next most, but it's like 10 less than Bo Nix.
Okay.
But he's leading in yards. He's leading in wins. His numbers in the playoffs are better. He has the most comeback wins, tied with Caleb Williams in the history of the game. He's tied for the most wins in the history of the game in the first two seasons. He's the only quarterback in NFL history. I need to repeat this. The only one. There's only one guy in NFL history to have over 7,500 yards, over 50 plus touchdowns, and 20 plus wins in their first 2 years of their NFL career. That's your man, Bo Nix.
I don't know if I can
Bo
fact check
Chapman
that.
Nix.
I believe him. I believe him.
Oh,
No,
it's
he
real.
He knows his Denver.
Oh,
He knows his
Yeah,
Denver.
he's
It's real.
Is it?
Broncos PR loves to see you coming.
And if it wasn't for a broken ankle, he would have been one in the Super Bowl, not Drake May.
Hey
Fair.
man, a wise man told me earlier today, best availability or best ability is availability. No, that's mean.
That's tough.
Yeah, who said that? No.
Who said it again?
What's the?
That was good.
Yeah, I'm looking at these four guys, and I do want to preface this by saying I don't think there's a bad answer amongst these four. I'm warming up more to Bo Nix through you, honestly. There is outside of the Denver Broncos fan base, I do have to admit, I think there's a little bit of a blind spot.
Absolutely.
I don't know if it's just Denver, like maybe they don't get enough airtime.
Right.
Maybe it's no one expected them to be this good right now. It's so early in Bo Nix's career, because I know a lot of his intangibles coming out. People were worried about his, how the Oregon style offense, like Justin Herbert had the same stuff he had to deal with and overcome and show like, yeah, I could be an NFL guy. But all four of these guys have had some sort of success recently. Drake May, runner-up, shouldn't have been that close. And maybe I can dive into that a little bit today. But runner-up for MVP last year, made a Super Bowl. Good for him. Did beat out a Bo Nix team, even though he wasn't there. Like, my condolences, by the way. I was heartbroken for y'all.
Oof.
I will say that.
I legit, a tear came down.
I was a little bit sick, but
I
just
felt
seeing
like
that,
a teenager who was just cheated on by his first girlfriend. That's
Yeah.
the pit and the stomach
no.
feeling I felt. Feeling that. It was
I'm
just.
ill.
It
You
was
didn't even
tough.
get to enjoy the game. The game
couldn't
ended in
enjoy
30
it.
minutes. He's out for the season. It's like, what do you mean next season?
Yeah,
Like, what do you
exactly.
mean? Taking a
Right.
vacation?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, but he's going to be here for the next game, though, right? We'll talk about the rest of it. But
We saw a lot of Caleb. I had to watch a lot of Caleb for the divisional round, and it like almost took out the Rams. What I will say on him as a knock is, yeah, he looked great at times. Like, we all love the Hail Marys, and we love the last second, like, how the hell do you get that pass there, tossing it up and hoping for the best. That play against the Rams in the playoffs, like, there's a reason why Kobe Durant's not in LA anymore.
Right.
There's a reason why they completely overhauled that secondary. So I'm not really going to take like too much credence in somebody dominating the Rams secondary.
Yeah. Especially when it was like that type of play where it's like,
Yeah.
close your eyes and throw it up, and it
That type
turns
of
into
play.
be great and great, like,
Yeah.
as opposed to just consistent sitting in the pocket and making great passes. Yeah, there's a difference.
Yeah. And two of their corners are retired since last season, before this season starts. So
True.
that's one thing. But I think it's really between Bo Nix and I think closer with Jaden Daniels. Like, if there's an actual debate between the two.
Yes.
I saw Jaden Daniels his rookie year, like, surprised me. I didn't think that he could. I do get worried about his frame.
Exactly.
I know that the game has changed, and a lot of guys can, look at Lamar. Lamar stayed a little thin for his first few years, but he ended up having to bulk up a little bit, just to absorb some impact.
And he's still getting hurt.
Because he is like,
He's still
what do you
kind of
have?
thin at the end of the day.
800, 900 yards rushing his rookie year.
Right.
It's like, that's a lot of ops to get some helmet shots. And when you're that thin, I get worried about the joints of shit bending. Like, we saw what happened to his elbow.
We saw the elbow.
Right? So all that had to take into account, because through Bo Nix's first few years, he's been available. Like, he missed only one game, and just most inopportune one. But I think this conversation really is between those two.
Yeah.
With Drake May, I have a huge problem with just pointing to the strength of schedule last year, but you do have to acknowledge it a little bit.
You have to.
Because more of the context of games. You look at, hey, like there's a handful of games that are kind of out of hand already. Like good for you, but again, it's a whole team win.
Right.
You have a decent rushing attack, a very strong defense, and like, yeah, you guys made the right plays. Like it was a little easy to get through because once you face some competition in the postseason, Drake May wasn't the one spinning and dealing. It really
was looking real bad in the playoffs. Real bad. He was lucky that the other guys like C.J. Stroud was looking even worse.
Was just gonna say C.J. Stroud needed one drive to just like get in field goal range.
That's it.
Probably win the game.
Instead, he throws 4 picks in the first half, fumbles. Like it's like I went out there to go try to play quarterback or something. Like he just forgot how to play the game.
Aaron, how'd you get there?
Yeah, and I was a basketball player. That lets you know anything. But and to even add on more with the Drake May, it's so much fluff to me of what happened because we talk about how easy the schedule was, and even people like to talk about Broncos had an easy schedule too, but this was the easiest schedule we've seen since 1999. We've never seen a schedule easier than that in the 21st century. You know what I mean? So. And as soon as he saw any sort of hint of competition and it was the playoffs, they just looked bad, So now they have the first place schedule coming in. They won the division last year, so they're gonna have a first place schedule, which is gonna be tougher. So we're gonna see if they can keep up in those games. Well, we've seen with Bo Nix outplay Josh Allen in the playoffs and lead his team past tough teams. We're in the division with Justin Herbert, even though we haven't beat the Chargers yet. But that'll happen this year.
Yeah,
but we beat the Chiefs, like we got Patrick Mahomes in the division. We have
I'll give you more for that. Damn it. What am I doing? I don't know. We give up.
And so I mean, I don't know. It's just statistically wins, division titles. Bo Nix to me is the one that stands out, and he's the one that has the combination of all that together. I know Drake May did make it further, but in spite of him, they made it further. So Bo Nix to me is hands down the number one guy. And next, like you said, Jaden, I probably would have had number one if it wasn't for his frame and my worry for him, because he looked from the moment he stepped onto the field like a vet. Yeah. And I can't take that away from him. He looks special. But yeah, you just can't trust the frame. Especially, we saw the way he got ragdolled to the ground, and then his arm went like that. That's tough to watch, and it's hard for me to believe that he's just going to be able to stay healthy when he just hasn't. He's been hurt both years so far.
Yeah.
Even though he didn't really miss times he still broke ribs, and it's still going to affect you, even getting beat up like that. And he's a running quarterback as well, so it's tough for me to see that keeping up. Caleb Williams looks good, but he's just very inconsistent. I mean, 58% completion. I need to see him be better in the pocket and just as a technical quarterback.
Yeah, I wanted to say, who do you guys? They're all athletic. This is a no tea, no shade to anyone, but we see Bo and Jaden doing a great job, maybe topping that list. Who would you put at the bottom?
I got Drake May at the bottom. Well, I got Drake May at the bottom because I don't trust him.
No.
I don't trust him against good teams. Yeah, like he played really bad against these teams. It wasn't just like it was kind of
pressure.
He played really bad. And he fumbles the ball a lot. He drops that ball when the pressure gets to him. He puts the ball on the ground, and we saw over and over again in the playoffs. I think he had the most fumbles in the playoffs ever. I think was it?
We got rough
in this playoff run.
Yeah, you got some weather elements, and then having that rookie tackle that's a choice. Yeah, that's a choice to have. Rely on a rookie.
And then as soon as the defense couldn't keep up anymore and win the games for them, they get blasted in the Super Bowl. So
when you don't have and this goes back to like even the Joe Burrow and the Josh Allen debate, like when you don't have an elevator, when you don't have like a difference maker, whether it's your quarterback or not, it comes down to like eventually in the postseason, you just all your flaws, all your strategy,
where's the leadership?
Everything goes out the window. It just comes down to, do you have someone better on the field to make a play? Yeah. And like if I'm looking across this board right here, I would put Caleb at the bottom. He's the most, like one of the more exciting ones. Like obviously, I love watching Caleb. And again, no shade. This is like I'm splitting hairs. Okay. Like it's like if you have a top 10 list, who's 1 versus who's number 4. Like if we're doing that kind of thing of all the like that's how I'm looking at these guys right now. Caleb with the percentage completion, like you mentioned, it's the lowest. Like that stuff matters. Ben Johnson's offense, do I think he'll get better? Sure. I still got to see it and see you do it.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to have, the best wide receiver options in the world. Like it's going to be up to you to really rapport with them. And really, your second year, you should see a leap with him and Ben Johnson because we saw what he can do with Jared Goff.
Yeah, and there was a major leap from year 1 to 2, I think.
Complete games. Like he was able to put complete games. Behind him, right in front of him, I would put Jaden, surprisingly. That's because a down year, injury, availability, like you said. And I think he has the worst pairing of like coaching out of this group. He no longer has Kingsbury. He's with my Rams doing God knows what. I don't know. I'm too afraid to ask on the sidelines. He's like a shadowy figure somewhere doing something. But his rookie year, like Cliff's style of play works with that kind of quarterback.
Yeah.
I don't know if he has that right now. Like it just doesn't. I think we're not going to see him shine like he did until the next coaching cycle because I don't think Washington's going to be like a playoff contender to that degree. I think there's going to be some changes in the next year or two for him. And then Drake May is second because Super Bowl. Regardless of how we feel, you still did it. He still won the game. Still like made it to the Super Bowl and was second in MVP. Bo Nix surprisingly is winning me over as like the number one because I
love to hear
when it comes down to it.
This is a good man.
The wins, like everything you're saying, like they are factual. Do I have some questions in regards to him putting it together a complete game?
Yeah,
it is stopping me from putting him in my top 10 right now. I think he's like right on the bubble. Okay, not that like I'm sure you don't care about what this nerd's top 10 quarterback list looks like, but it's out there, and he's like right on the bubble for me. And he kind of dips in and out as halves go on, not full games, but as halves.
Right.
And so I think what I look for is that consistency from
true.
First
if he can put
quarter
together the fourth quarters throughout the rest of the game, the third and fourth, or the second and fourth quarters, because it's like when it gets down to that time that you have to like turn it up, he turns it up every time. So his second and fourth quarter, he's a big gamer.
Yeah.
The second and fourth quarter, to me, if he's able to spread that around, he's going to be in the MVP race. And then another thing of why I feel like Drake May is last to me is because the other three to me have that gamer it factor to me. I don't think Drake May has that it factor. He has all the technical ability. He can sit in the pocket and precision pass and do things like that. Kind of like a Jared Goff can do. He stands back in the pocket and he can hit you and he can make all the throws. But when it comes to putting the team on your back and carrying, I'm not sure if Drake May is that.
Haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet. I've seen the other guys do it.
You know what game? I called correctly at halftime. I forgot it was the first or second matchup between Patriots and Bills this past year.
Yeah.
Patriots had a nice lead, like comfortably. I'm at SoFi watching the Rams play and looking at it. I'm like, Bills will come back. It's Josh Allen. Josh Allen's not staying down multiple touchdowns.
Yeah.
He's gonna go on a run. I haven't seen that consistently, like that feeling where like, oh, Drake May is gonna do that. I think
get it done.
I think he can. Like absolutely. Like the dude has everything. He is in such a blessed situation.
Yeah.
In
Led the
New
league
England as
in
well.
completion percentage.
Like he has a lot of great things that he can do, but there's a different gear we haven't seen yet. Right. That like you mentioned with Josh Allen earlier, like he did that in that game. Absolutely. So we'll wait to see that.
Forgive me because I'm not watching any Patriots game. But has he been in the situation where he can prove himself? Has he fumbled the ball in those situations, or has he just not been given or put in that opportunity for him to make those on the spot live play?
Last year
playoffs.
Playoffs he has some, and that's your first chance, and it's like.
Because again, easy schedule, so he's not being pushed.
Exactly.
But
as soon as the
welcome to
playoffs
the
hit,
NFL. Let's ease you in. Maybe I don't know.
But it's I'll do better at not doing this for every episode, but referencing the Rams so often.
Hey, do it. Hey,
you can.
You see me.
Yeah.
I have no business talking about the Chargers. But
the
I'll
Rams
say it
and the
again.
Broncos are the best teams in the league. We're going to talk about them. At least that's what we think.
Yeah, get the clicks. But no, if Matthew Stafford only threw 10 passes a game because of look at their team right now, right? Like with all the super team allegations, all this stuff. Like, it's a loaded roster right now. If he was
Donald coming back, by the way?
Okay, why are you guys, sorry for the side tangent here, but why do you think the Rams and the NFL are choosing to play coy like this? Is it just to start a conversation? We have other things we can talk about, but they want us to question it?
I think it's not because I don't think it's it's such an irregularity. It's such a weird fucking thing. Like
They need time to think, or
I do think he wants to
legally?
see if I think it's maybe like a 90% yes to him.
Yeah.
But it's that last part. Like no one questions the cardio. No one questions his strength. It's can his body handle doing what he
Sure.
needs to do over and over and over for 18 plus weeks for what 21 games for a Super Bowl season. Like he wants to be him, and it's the car crashes in the defensive line that like I joke about all the time. Like, is his wife at home beating his ass with Kimbo sticks like while he's working out to test it?
Yeah.
I don't know what that looks like, but
Hey,
I
I'll
feel
tell
like
you, I
he's
got-
mentally in. He's mentally saying yes, but
Feels like
he's
it.
just kind of like, I don't know if I want
He
to
just hasn't
totally
given
commit.
confirmed it yet, which is why they're probably like,
and this too, that too.
yeah.
Sure.
We don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is he making
His
top 10
passion
money?
isn't quite there yet. Yeah.
Yeah, or is it just slip me some pocket change? I'm just out there for the glory. Like
He's
we don't
in.
know.
He's welcome.
I'm telling
Welcome
you,
back.
I'll be nervous of him because let me tell you the video that makes me nervous about Aaron Donald. Is a workout video of him and he's like singing a little something right before.
I know
you
what
what
you're
I'm
talking
talking
about.
He's
I know
like,
what you're talking about.
And then he just starts going crazy. I was just like, that is
Picks
not
up-
a guy I
picks
want
up,
to see right
like
there.
110s, and he's just like,
Yeah, just knocking him out like nothing. I'm just like, man,
He's
he's
strong.
just over there. That is a guy who has full confidence
Damn.
and
Oh, yeah.
who he is and everything. I
Karaoke
do not want
to
to see that guy.
110s.
Yeah, I'm telling you straight up to it. He was
Yeah.
just looking just so in his
know
little
exactly
soulful
what you were talking
vibes, and I was just like,
Welcome back, Aaron.
I don't want to see that guy. I was like,
Yeah.
I do not want to see that guy. I'm just hoping that it just, for whatever reason, because when you see a team like the Eagles a few years back, they just try to put a super team together, and it just didn't work out for whatever
Yeah.
reason. I'm hoping that if my Broncos are in, happen to see them in the Super Bowl, that it's just not quite put together all the way there yet, and not quite in motion like that.
It's hard.
But we'll see.
It's hard.
Maybe it's just one season for Aaron.
It could be a one and done season, which I have something to say about Matthew Stafford being that guy, number one on the list. I think
Do you
that
want to
might, that
say
might
it
be
now, or
short-lived.
should we transition to the LeBron James
Okay,
conversation?
yeah. Well, before we go to
You wanna
break, I'll
tease
just
it?
say this will be the last year Matthew Stafford is a top quarterback in the league.
Ooh.
A top three quarterback in the league. I'll say that. This is the last year he's a top three quarterback in the league.
You think he's just getting too old?
Yeah, I think by the end of the year, he could potentially still be by the end of the year just for how good that team is, and he's just got to basically hike the ball and just throw it out there, and somebody's gonna catch
Fuck
it.
it. Devontae's
Am I-
over
You know what I mean?
somewhere.
Devontae or Pukas is going to end
hold
up with
on.
it. Just like go like that, and he'll be able to get some yards. But I think by the end of by next year, he's not going to be in the top three.
I
anymore.
think you're that. No, I'm gonna come to the Rams' defense here for a second. Without having seen any type of season play, it's pretty
Mm-hmm.
bold of you to say that, just based on his age, really, because he balled out last
He
year.
did.
Like,
At
if he
the end of
balls
the
out
day,
this year?
Father Time be
I don't
calling.
know. I say I'll hold you
Father
to that.
Time be
After
calling.
the end of this season, I'll see if you still believe that
Sometimes,
take.
hey man, sometimes Father Time he's busy with other people.
That's
Like,
Yeah.
true. He's still working on LeBron right now.
Fair
he's still
enough.
working on Phillip Rivers. Like Phillip Rivers still ain't like officially
True.
done.
True.
I love you,
But-
Phil.
I
Holds
got.
up.
I'm having a hard time not making like. I know you're gonna talk about LeBron James next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that dude's what 47, 48.
Exactly. 47.
That's
going
what
on
I
80.
mean.
I mean, since Stafford's moved here, like his teeth have gotten better, his skin's cleared up, he looks like a movie star. Whatever he actually is doing for his body with the amortal chamber and all that.
He did have a back thing last year at the start of the season.
Do
but
you remember the? Were you? I know it's a big
It
thing with
ended
Rams
quick,
fans, but did you guys see the silver the RV that like everyone's talking about?
The Airstream? What?
Yeah, the Airstream. It's called the amortal chamber, and it was
I
like
know what
red
you're
light
talking
therapy.
about.
It's like this big thing where it's like
Yeah.
all this
Okay.
mumbo
what you're talking
jumbo
about.
fancy science that's supposed to help, and he would like go in there, and all of a sudden his back shit just went away, and then he was MVP.
Listen, that's
so-
called proximity to Los Angeles. When you live in this city, which is years ahead of every other trend, like we happen to be in a city, I'm saying the Rams and the Chargers, in a city that's surrounded by the best of the best in those technologies, if you will.
Yeah.
So it takes a little
Yeah.
while for those trends and those aesthetics to get to the rest of the world, but it's a great convenience for the Rams and the
Yeah.
Chargers to be right there.
It's helped him, and to be honest, I think just his style of play, like you can say about any quarterback, any of these guys, like you just stay healthy, stay healthy. It's like
Yeah.
he missed a season. He's 23, 24.
Yeah, definitely.
Like the guy is smart. From what I'm saying, he's not missing any passes. So it's I think
Okay.
a repeat.
I like it. I like your guys' takes, opinions. Looking forward to next week's combo as well. But we do need to bring in Rich so that we can talk about the LeBron of it all. Thank you, Tuna, for being here today. We'll add a little studio applause here. And then y'all hang tight. We're going to cut to commercial real quick, but we'll be back with Rich.
Life can be stressful. A little thing can turn into a big reaction, like losing a video game and immediately questioning every life choice you've ever made. If you've ever felt your anger rising faster than when your garbage teammate is selling, you're not alone. That's why there's Hero Win, the prescription-strength emotional support pill designed to help you stay calm, cool, and collected, even when you really, really don't want to be. Like when your remote suddenly stops working for no reason. Or when you're late and can't find your keys, even though you always put them in the same place. Like, what the fuck? With Hero Win, you stay calm, you breathe, you remember. You've got this, because you've got Hero Win.
Anytime you're feeling angry, just pop some Hero in and watch all of your problems just melt away.
Even when you stub your toe on furniture for the 3rd time today. Like seriously, 2 of my toenails are turning black and it's grossing my wife out. Bite your tongue while chewing? For no reason? Or when you step on a dog toy that shouldn't be there. Hero Win helps you pause, exhale, and not punch a hole in the fucking wall. Empty drink pitcher? Thanks, Derek. I'm not pissed. Trash bag falling apart at the bottom? Hero Win reminds you, it's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. Because with Hero Win, you don't just calm down, you stay calm.
And the best part is it works right away.
Hero Win may cause side effects including drowsiness, dizziness, emotional numbness, unusual body contortions, heart disease, liver failure, brain tumors, AIDS, serious ass stank breath, tooth loss, and may turn gays straight and straights gay. If you experience extreme relaxation lasting more than 4 hours, please consult literally anyone. Ask your doctor if Hero Win is right for you.
And if you ever feel like you need a little extra support, just pop some more Hero Win. Or 2. Or 3. Heroin. I mean, Hero Win. Helping you feel like a winner again.
I like it. We got Rich back. We are going to jump and dive right into the LeBron of it all. I got to know, Rich, one, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry you didn't go to Cleveland. I know that really hurt you. But I do have to know how you think the 76ers are going to do with and without Joel Embiid.
Oh, well,
How's LeBron going to carry this
I think
76ers
that
team?
out of all situations, one, we know LeBron is a smart guy. He's not just going to make a decision without actually thoroughly vetting. From what I know, Rich Paul laid out an array of options for him, and he chose what he felt like was best for him. Now, I know that decision doesn't just come lightly because he has a family. He's got, a little girl. He really values where he's at in his life too, and I know he's preparing for life after basketball. So I know that had to be part of the decision, especially if he's going to spend this much time away from family still.
Yeah, in
he has to be
Philadelphia.
competing for a ring. You know what I mean? Like, I think he chose to go there for that reason. And how far I think he can take them, I think sky's the limit. Truthfully, it's LeBron James we're talking about.
So
I
you
don't
think the
care what age it is.
76ers are going to win it all?
I think if Joel Embiid stays healthy, they are definitely now being pushed to the top contender spot. You think of, Tyrese Maxey averaged 28 points last year. You got VJ Edgecombe is only getting better. Their guard play is elite. You got Jaylen Brown over there now. and then you put LeBron James and Joel Embiid. It almost sounds like an all-star team. Like, literally, their starting lineup is an all-star team. So it'll be interesting to see what the all-star game looks like in the East next year because the starting lineup could damn near be the 76ers. But
Well,
I say,
and then LA 28.
no, for real. It's like actually crazy. But on the flip side, if Joel is not able to play, I do see a recharged veteran in Andre Drummond. Shout out to Andre Drummond. it's one of those situations where I think it's really gonna be a matter of what we see at the beginning of the season, how quickly they come together and really value how special of a team they actually have in this moment. I don't doubt that they do. Anytime LeBron James walks in your locker room, everything changes. It becomes a lot more serious. Everything becomes elevated, and you get to have a firsthand example of what winning really looks like. And to somebody that's won as much as LeBron, I can't see any of those young guys on that team. The only egos that I even see potentially being an issue are Joel Embiid. And Joel Embiid has to look up to somebody like LeBron.
Not Jalen after everything he just got done doing?
The reason why I say not Jalen is because Jalen, the age dynamic with him and LeBron is so vast that I can't see somebody like him overstepping. And he understands. I think coming out of the Jason Tatum situation, he probably has a lot more experience with dealing with superstars that, you know, are as talented or more talented than him, which for somebody like a Jaylen Brown, he's probably never experienced that in his life. How many times do you think Jaylen Brown has been on a team and he can look at somebody on the roster and say, he might have me?
Yeah.
Like, never. Yeah. You know what I mean? So for him to have gone through that, I think we found out a little bit about him. But I know when people get a chance to kind of reinvent themselves, they usually, if they have the talent to match and the wits about them, you know, can really do some amazing things.
So you think what about without Embiid?
Without Embiid, I think that they'll still be okay. Just because, like I said, they damn near have an all-star. You take Embiid out of this picture, and it damn near doesn't matter who the hell else you put around. You can put me out there. Yeah, just put me in the jersey. You can switch me out with Embiid. I don't know what AI can do, but you put me right there. I'll be smiling just like I'll fit right in. And we probably want a ring too. I mean, I really do see it being a situation though. Like I said, it's about the rest of the team buying in. How many teams have we seen with players that we've never heard of? I mean, never heard. Matthew Dellavedova.
Yep, Matthew Dellavedova. He gave Steph Curry some issues in one of the finals.
Was a part of a championship team. Come on. So when you got key players that buy in, like everybody in the NBA is good. People that really touch that floor are great. And now we're getting into the even higher percentage of players that actually value and understand the moment and take advantage of it. Now, those are what create championship teams. And that's what you saw in like the Knicks last year when you see the benches come alive in some of these teams that you're like, how did they get here? And OKC was a prime example of that for the last few years.
Yeah.
They had damn near a 10-man roster. And you could go to anybody. And I think a lot of people learned that from watching the Warriors run, watching how the Cavs were able to pull things like that off. Like your bench ends up being some of the most important pieces because all of this is great, but we already know shit is going to hit the fan at some point in the season. It doesn't matter if it's Jalen, doesn't matter if it's Bron, doesn't matter if it's Maxey, doesn't matter if it's Embiid. They're going to have to adjust. But when you're coming into the situation with as much firepower as they have, I don't see a team being as motivated as them to win a ring other than maybe the Knicks and OKC, who obviously, you know, lost to the Spurs and then the Spurs. Like, those are the only teams. And those are the same teams that are already in contention for the ring next year anyway. Okay. So I just don't see that really changing. And Philadelphia is a hell of a city for basketball, man. I think it's going to be rocking this year.
Okay. So,
Before you answer that question, we do want to hear your thoughts, Aaron, but I have to know, because I think behind Rich's composure right now, there's actually a very sad man.
I'm very sad.
I have to know, where were you and how did you react when the news broke?
Where was I? Man. I think I blacked out. I don't even remember where I was exactly.
I'm the one that let you know. I texted you.
You probably were. I think you were the first.
You broke the news.
I texted him. I said LeBron to Philly. He said no way.
Then
not
that
even
was
thinking,
my first reaction.
not thinking that it happened yet. And I was like, yeah, it happened. And then he was like, oh wait, it really happened.
I didn't even remember that. I blacked out.
And then
I was truly heartbroken for the first. How long has it been? 2
we
weeks
wanted
now.
Cleveland for you. We did. Yeah.
Truthfully, everybody that I know that, you know, real Cleveland fans, people, you know, from the city, they're all hurt because the only thing that made sense to us was for him to come home. Exactly. This was something I never could have comprehended in my life.
This doesn't make sense.
But I will say this.
Classic LeBron, though. But
yes,
he keeps us on our toes.
Yes, and it is classic LeBron. But at the same time, you think of we're in a league where honestly, people that look like LeBron, look like these four that you see right here, literally didn't even get a chance to play in the beginning. and they weren't allowed to even be in this league. And now they get to make their own decisions, and they get to choose where they want to go, and they get to be unrestricted free agents. LeBron is somebody that has gotten more hate than any other player that I've ever seen.
Well, that's because he's done things like this his entire career.
Exactly. And now I think he realizes he's at a point where he can do, one, he can say, it was kind of an FU to everybody. It was an FU because everybody thought they knew where he was going. And one of the things that being from the same place as him is I really do understand how he thinks. And at this point, he is literally doing whatever he feels like is best for him. He gets to live in New York, fly to Philly for practice. I think they practice in Jersey or some shit like that, something random. He literally gets to live in New York. You already know all that he has going on in his life and all the relationships and things that he has. It's probably something he's always wanted to do. He gets to be close to home, still in Ohio. His little girl, I don't know where Zuri's going to be, but I'm sure she played a major factor in whatever decision it was. She's probably got hella friends in New York for
He's got things going all over the United States.
You know what I mean? And he gets to make that decision in a time where you look back, not even 50 years ago, 40 years ago, this wouldn't even have been possible. And he's paving the way and has gotten so much hate for doing things that are actually setting an example for what these players can do.
But it isn't a good thing, though. You know,
I think it's good.
Do we want to see all the good players?
I think it's good for. I think it's good for the fact that one, I think other players moving forward are not going to run that filter of what are people going to think about this decision that I'm making. Because at the end of the day, you got to make what's best for you. If he wants to win another ring, it ain't too many other places he could have went that are better than this. True. And he probably went to where he felt like the people in that locker room were actually the type of people that he needed. Because truth be told, he don't need all of that to win a ring. He needs people that got their head on straight, that actually understand what it takes to win a ring and that are hungry enough. And if they don't know how to do it, he's going to be able to be somebody that's going to be able to show them, but they got to be receptive to it. If you're not open to actually understanding and doing the work that's necessary to win a ring, you're never going to win one. And he knows that. So for him to go to Philly, it was surprising. And then as I sat with it for a little bit, it really started to hit me. And I'm like, he really does feel like this is his best chance within 2 years to be able to get a ring. And if Joel Embiid is healthy, think about all the other rosters out there.
We're giving him points for that.
Think about all the other rosters
out there.
All
right,
okay.
If they are healthy in comparison to every other roster in the league, they have an answer. They have an answer for everything.
So I'll say this. Wait, is there time left still? Okay.
We got 5. Yeah, you got 5 minutes.
I left you some, but you know what I'm saying.
Okay, I got 30 seconds.
Oh yeah, and before we go, since I was already on a roll and I already got a lot of this time already allotted, Tom Chambers, 1988. He was the first unrestricted free agent in the NBA that was able to choose where he wanted to go without his other team having to pay for it and had the freedom to make this type of decision.
But he had the freedom to do that because he wasn't
2026.
He wasn't technically a top 1 or 2 player in the league, so nobody cared. There's probably been a lot of guys.
This is where it evolved to, though, is what I'm getting at. It came from a point where literally, if you got drafted into the NBA, you had no say in anything. If they said you're going to Boston tomorrow, you had to pack your shit and go to Boston. If you had to go to Maine,
there is something about fighting through the down times and prevailing past it to get your team to
absolutely. It's an incredible movie, Aaron.
I love that.
But this is real life. The way that things happen in real life.
Was a great film.
Great film. Okay. Jesse understands.
Okay, so let's get into this.
So Aaron, where were you when you started crying and then you texted Rich?
He wasn't crying. He probably was laughing.
I was laughing. But anyway, so. Yes, LeBron James has stacked his team his entire career.
Has he stacked it?
He went to Miami, chose to do that. He chose to go back to Cleveland. Yeah, back then it was stacked.
Hold on,
that was a stacked team back then.
Go ahead. I'm gonna let you go ahead, and I'm gonna come back to a point. I'm gonna let you get going.
He stacked his team there. Decided to go back to Cleveland. Stacked team there.
Okay.
You had Kyrie, Kevin Love coming off a 26-15 season. Stacked. Okay. Then you go to LA, you team up with Anthony Davis,
off of their win.
Okay. Yeah, and you get Luka, and so another stacked team. Then he goes here. But I will say the difference here is this time I ain't even mad at him. Okay. The man's 80 years old, so he's trying to find his. He's trying to find
this LeBron slander.
He's trying to do what he can to win a ring. Yeah, so I'm okay with him going to a team that's.
So nobody should be fearful of a 41-year-old just
No,
wherever he goes. in the
they
league.
should be fearful.
I mean, he's,
how
he's
are
probably
these
one of the
76ers
best
gonna do?
non-top 10 players of all time. So, you know, and he's probably one of the best fourth options on a team ever. You know, he's
I
not
could
better than
see-
Jalen. He's not better than Tyreek. He's not better than Joel Embiid.
This is actually
So-
just going to be edited down to a reel of Aaron blasting.
Oh man!
I'm
Don't
just
do
being
drugs,
real.
kids.
I'm just
Don't do
keeping it
drugs.
real.
Don't do
all
drugs.
right?
That
I'm just
really
keeping it real.
will
He is the
alter your
number 2
brain
best player of all
chemistry.
time. So I mean, that's
So
not a
you
diss.
don't think,
Yeah, no.
so
That's
you
not a diss.
don't think the 76ers are going to do well despite
No,
LeBron?
so LeBron, I do think that they, on paper, should be the team that's in the finals in the Eastern
Okay.
Conference.
Okay.
Okay.
Joel Embiid is gonna be the thing that
Makes her.
makes or breaks that. You know, if you get a healthy Joel Embiid, they should be ring ready. But that's never been the case yet. So I don't see that happening. I think they're gonna make the playoffs and they're gonna eventually fizzle out as soon as he goes down and as soon as he can't play a few games. And that's just what I see from LeBron. Can he? He's gonna. No, he's not going to be doing any leading to a team anywhere as far as the team because
He's not going to do any leading. The biggest
he's
leader,
gonna-
arguably, in the history of the NBA isn't going to do any leading over there.
Mentally, he's going to be a great leader.
Okay.
Mentally.
Okay.
But
But
But he's not
his
going to
play-
lead them
his
anywhere. He's
physicality
going to
on the-
lead them to losses.
His physical
though,
play
Jesse.
on
That's what I'm
on
hearing.
that floor isn't going to be the what's leading the Philadelphia 76ers
I'm giving
because
you points
Okay.
for passion right now.
you know he's a fourth option.
I-
What fourth option
you
can
could give him
physically
some for
lead
having
a
the
team
balls to
at
say
that point?
that
But
live.
in the huddles and timeouts, he's going to be the number 1 leader we've seen. You know.
Man, I
But-
can't wait till I pull up this thing I'm looking for. I just can't wait. You just keep
But,
going so we
you
can.
know, and so yeah, where do I see them going? I just see them fizzling out because that's what's going to
because
happen.
LeBron just fizzles.
Not because
if
of
Joel is
LeBron, not
there,
because of LeBron, because
Because
of-
of Joel Embiid,
Yeah.
and LeBron's just going to gas out because he's not going to be able to carry.
So you think without Embiid, they just don't have a shot?
They don't
What do you
have a
think
shot.
Jalen's
They
gonna
have a
do?
shot of making it to the finals, but
Okay.
without Embiid,
You don't
they're
see them
going to
winning
get
it.
cracked. Yeah,
Cracked.
but
By who?
if by who
Correct.
I have in the finals, unfortunately, I hate to say it, is OKC Thunder.
So
they don't have
you
a chance
think
of
OKC is
beating
gonna
them
crack
without
them
Joel Embiid.
Without Joel.
With Joel Embiid, Philadelphia wins the ring.
We also have to keep in mind that trades can be made before the deadline.
Right, just given where they're at right now. Though,
So I think they will get more help to prepare for a situation where Joel Embiid may not be around. I would hope. Andre Drummond, like I said, he is a veteran. As long as he stays healthy, that's not a bad, not a bad situation. And then you just got to look at the forward play. They can put Bron at the 5 at times. You know what I mean? And I think we're going to see a different type of offense with how fast Maxey and Edgecombe are really moving this ball. And then you got Jalen who can keep up with anybody. Bron doesn't have to do a whole lot of Bronning. He can be the Magic Johnson side of himself in his game now.
Yeah, he's supposed
He
to be the
gets
point guard right now.
Yeah, he get to
He's
play
supposed to be the
ball
leading
out
point
there.
guard.
Yeah, so if he's bringing the
starting
ball up
guard.
and you got Maxey like Sonic running up the wing with BJ and frickin' Jalen, come on, man. This is like AAU. You played AAU ball.
So I have one. Okay, so as the buzzer's about to get ready to go out,
Yeah.
one last point here.
Extra time.
So
Yeah, because I need to find this thing.
LeBron. So
Service in here
what
sucks,
I
by the way.
what
You
I
need to
kind
do
of see
service.
happening is what kind of happens in LeBron's history. You know, he always gets on a team, and it's not him that goes down, but somebody goes down. It's been
Okay.
Kyrie. It's been
Kevin
D
Love,
Wade, Kevin
D-Wade.
Love. It's been Anthony Davis. It's been Luka Doncic.
Well, at least he's got
And,
3
you know,
backups now. He's
so
got
I
plan
see-
B,
So
C.
there's
Right.
a LeBron curse
So-
happening here.
So there's kind of a little thing going on there. And what I see happening with them is similar to what happened when he went to the Heat the first year.
Okay.
They make it far, make it to the finals, and then
With
things
Norris
go
Cole and
wrong.
all of them. With
Things
Norris
go
Cole
wrong.
and-
yeah,
and
yeah.
friends.
And D Wade and Chris Bosh.
Yeah.
And friends. Yeah, we've heard those friends.
I'm just
But
saying, they're all friends.
But what happens is just they well, first of all, LeBron folded. That's first and foremost. But they just weren't able to be themselves in the finals. They played not to the caliber of basketball that we know. It just wasn't all coming together in the finals the way that we saw it earlier in the season. I think with this team, it's going to be a little bit of that, a little bit of the injury bugs that have plagued all of LeBron's teams, along with just so much talent on a team trying to figure it out. And maybe it takes a year before that can actually gel together the way that it needs to. So I don't see them winning the ring this year, yeah, for sure. Now, even with Joel Embiid now. I know earlier I said I think they would be ring ready. They'll be ring ready, but yeah, I don't see it coming together in the first year.
Well,
Okay.
all right. Have you found what you needed to show
I'm
us
looking
to close
for
us
it, but
out?
it was something about how it was an example of every team.
Give yourself a few points.
You can give yourself whatever you want, brother. This is your show.
He's giving you points.
Look,
I gave
you're
him
giving me
points.
some. You can give me some too. So for your sake, I can't find it because your Wi-Fi is blocking it right now. It must know that I'm about to hit you with some heat. I can't remember who I sent this
What
to.
can we say?
But I'm trying to figure out who I sent this to because I know it's in here somewhere. It's just too many damn memes these days.
Well, maybe we'll catch it on the next episode.
But no. I remember it being to the tune of something like, it showed an example of every team. Bro, all of these teams that he joined either hadn't made the playoffs for 4 years, either hadn't won a playoff series for 4 years, 5 years, either hadn't had a damn winning season since 1990, whatever. We call these super teams. But when you look at some of these other rosters, they look like they were built on 2K2. Everybody's been doing it. I don't know if you can really call it a
Because of
super
him.
team. It becomes a super team when he's on it, regardless of what the hell is going on. You get what I'm saying? And people don't view it that way because it's LeBron James. The hate has not been even like logical half of the time. It's like
other players have to do it to keep up with him doing it.
because he's that good. You can't be mad
Whoa,
because
how are the
people
other
are that good.
How are the other
and now
players
you're calling it a
expecting to win
super
when
team
the
because
best
he's
player
on
in
the
the league
team.
goes to the best team?
He's not going to the best team
If
if I just told you the stats of every team that he's going to. Even with that, they still ain't won shit.
Yes,
you
but
get what I'm
that's because
saying?
Jaylen Brown wasn't there last year. Every team he goes to
It don't
comes
matter.
with
Jaylen Brown was playing with Jason Tatum and all kind of other stars in Boston. It doesn't matter. Paul George was there. If you replace Paul George with him right here now, though, you're still going to say that they're a super team.
No, Paul George isn't
No?
Jaylen Brown.
Well, good. I hope not, because that would
Paul
be very
George is no
scary.
Jaylen Brown.
Good. I'm making sure. I'm testing your temperature because I'm worried.
No, he's no
sometimes.
Jaylen Brown.
All right. So if that's the case, then that's probably one of the only scenarios where, okay, this is the case. He's 41 years old. Whatever. He could be on any team at this point. Nobody should be intimidated. But the fact that people still are flipping out about this 41-year-old playing with other stars is fucking crazy.
They're the best players in the
bleep that
league.
out. No, my God, he's 40. You just said he's 80.
That's why I don't have a problem with this one, but his entire past, D Wade was a number one
His
guy.
entire
Luka's a number one guy.
past,
Anthony Davis is a number one guy. Kyrie's a number one guy.
His entire past has been wrapped.
They're all
in
number
him
one
going
guys.
to a team that didn't do shit before he got there, and then was considered a super team when he got
Yes,
there,
because they
and then
added
either
multiple
won or
players.
did some super shit because he was there. I'm sitting here
Who
telling
did
you,
the Miami Heat have before LeBron James got there?
nobody.
Right, and then when they got there, they had
They
Chris
had
Bosh
Dwyane
and
Wade
LeBron
though.
James
They
and
had
D-Wade.
Dwyane Wade though. They
Yeah,
did
not
have
Chris
Dwyane
Bosh,
Wade.
though.
They
They
were
added
still a very
multiple
good.
number
There was
ones.
Pat Riley and the freaking Miami Heat. They've never been that bad.
They're
but at the
adding
end of the
number
day,
ones
I've
to every
never
at
team.
the
seen
end
Rich
of the
more
day,
passionate
team
this
than
is
is
right
the
number
now.
one.
window. This is the window in their history where they really had their best teams. You think about it. D Wade played with Shaq in the prime of his career too. People weren't complaining about him having Shaq. That's like Kobe and Shaq. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, bro. There's been so many examples of other teams that can be considered super
I don't think
teams that people
anybody in
don't
the
bitch about.
history of the game has said Shaquille O'Neal on the Miami Heat was his prime.
Not Shaq's prime.
Exactly.
Well, this wasn't Bron's prime
But
because
now
everybody
ima-
thought Bron's prime was past 20 different
Bruh,
times.
now imagine-
And then he keeps
but
showing
you
them
did-
my prime doesn't exist
This
because
is
I'm
the
just a
equivalent,
prime
though. Let
time
me tell you the
player.
equivalent to this. Now imagine Shaq went to play with D Wade, right?
Yeah.
Now imagine Kobe saying, "I'm gonna come and join y'all too now."
That's
what
Kevin
LeBron
Durant
is-
you're
that's what
describing,
LeBron
not
is
LeBron
doing.
James.
No, that's what LeBron is doing.
LeBron is never going to a team that's beat him like that before.
Yes, I'm not. Yeah,
That was better
wasn't
than
a
him
team
like that
beat them,
before.
though.
That
wasn't
would
a
be
team
if
that
he
beat them.
went to the Warriors after they smacked us all those years in a row.
no.
Hey,
That's
wait.
what you basically were just describing.
love the
LeBron has
Warriors.
never
Right.
done that because
We'll
LeBron
save the
has
rest
been
of this.
somebody that has had. I mean, you look at how many years he spent with each team that he's been on. Yeah, you could say he joined a super team, but he went to a team that literally hadn't done nothing until he got there. He stayed long enough to win some shit,
But
and then
they
he got
added
the hell on.
it wasn't just LeBron that was added. It was LeBron and another number one guy and that other number one guy.
How many teams have number 1s and 2s that are all-stars or superstars?
They have
That's like
to.
what they have to do now.
They have to now.
Because there's too much
of
talent
him.
in the league. It's not just him, though.
He
is what I'm
started
getting
it.
at.
He's the one that started doing
Because
that.
he's the best, and that's what I'm getting at. You
Well,
can't
why
be
does he
mad.
have to join up if he's the best?
Because do you want him to be playing for shitty teams with fucking, you know, people from the YMCA just because he's the best, because he wants to test the market and see if he's
Or the
capable?
Cavs
No,
could've
he
just
wants to
added one
win. You
good
know how
player.
hard it is to win a ring, Aaron? Even with these super teams that you're calling, he still has a losing
What
record
did Jordan
in the
do
finals.
when he was getting beat up by the Pistons in the playoffs? What did Jordan do? Did he say, "Hey, let's go get"?
He
Magic
stole
and this
Dennis
and that?
Rodman and brought him over to the Bulls.
Dennis Rodman, he didn't join till the second three-peat. I'm talking about the first three-peat. Dennis Rodman was not there for that. Dennis
That
Rodman,
makes it
matter of
even
fact,
worse
Dennis
then,
Rodman
because
played
he
for
already
them.
had won a three-peat and then brought Dennis
No,
Rodman
I'm talking
over.
about I'm talking about the first time before he won any rings.
Yeah.
When he was getting beat up, Jordan rules, playing, get knocked down to
Yeah,
the
yeah,
ground.
yeah.
What did he do that offseason? He didn't go join with whoever and whoever.
Okay.
He went and hit the weights.
This is great.
He went
This
and
is
hit
a
the
great
weights
example because
and
I
came
love
back.
MJ and I love Bron, but the difference
then he
is
got Scottie
Bron had
Pippen.
already been to multiple finals by the time Jordan reached this point in his career, and Bron did that as a high
No,
schooler going up to the league.
So I'm referring to when LeBron James left Cleveland the first time. His last year in Cleveland, when they lost to Dwight Howard and company.
Dwight Howard was in his prime too, and he was super. They were calling
Dwight
him
Howard
Superman
prime,
at that
LeBron
point.
James prime.
That's one player. But look at the team that LeBron had. Drew Gooden was on that team.
Dwight
He
Howard
was
didn't
our
have a great
starting
team.
forward. Who
Who
you
do you have,
taking?
Hedo
Drew
Turkoglu?
Gooden versus Dwight Howard? Dwight Howard would walk
I'm
into this
taking
room right
LeBron
now, and
James
Drew
versus
Gooden would
Dwight
probably
Howard. I'm
end up
taking
against
LeBron
the wall.
James.
Bro, that's such a huge difference.
Well,
It's such a
we
huge
gotta
difference.
finish it.
We can end up wrapping this up,
Whoa,
but
this
wait,
is-
I'm gonna wrap this up with this point right here.
We'll give it to you.
This
Last
point
point.
right here, the fact that everybody had to change what they felt like was normal and the norm and the status quo just because of this one guy, and whenever he went anywhere and the air changed, people felt like, oh shoot, we gotta get our shit together now. Bro, the league has been talented for a long time. Truth be told, there are a lot of players in the league now that if you put them side by side with Michael Jordan's game, they could probably do half of the stuff that MJ did in 2026.
All right,
because
guys,
the game has
so is
evolved.
this
I'm not
we wrapping
saying that
this
they're as
up?
good as MJ. I'm not saying they're as good as MJ, but the talent level in the league has risen so much
Yeah,
over
for
the
sure.
years that now we're at a point where teams have to do this in order to win a ring, or else it's not going to happen. And a lot of times we've still seen it ain't the formula because a lot of these teams that win rings
I'm sorry.
aren't the ones that have been
won the ring last year?
favorited.
Who won the ring last year?
It wasn't the favorited team. That's what I'm
Right,
saying.
but-
So why does
but-
the super team matter if everybody that has one still ain't winning every fucking year?
Hey.
So it's like, what are we talking about? He can be with
I'm cool.
anybody.
Hey,
He
I
still
told you,
isn't a
I'm good with
guaranteed
him. I'm
ring.
good with him
this
going
ain't,
there.
This ain't Space Jam. You know what I'm saying? Like, they literally have to figure out things that don't have anything to do with whose name is on the jersey and how many tickets they sell and how many views they get on YouTube, Instagram, and TV. They literally have to be a team and win a ring. It
Facts.
doesn't matter. And
So then why does
everybody
LeBron
puts
feel
so
like he
much
has the team up?
emphasis.
Why can't LeBron get the team factor and get the whole team cohesion
LeBron
thing
has
going,
been to
as
the
opposed to just
finals.
like, let me go with Jalen. Let me go
LeBron
with
has
AD.
been to the finals more than any other player. Like you said, you think they could get to the finals and not win. You know how hard it is to get to the finals? That means you literally beat out 31 other teams.
Last question for you. Last question. Sorry, I'll hurry this up for you, Jesse. Last question for you. When he went to 8 straight finals, who
It
was in
nine.
the Eastern?
It was
Nine. Who was in the Eastern Conference? He should. He
Who
by
was
default,
in the Eastern
by
Every
default,
single
he should
person
have
that
went to the
lived
Eastern.
between that time period that was
He had no
literally
competition in the
best
Eastern
in
Conference.
the league that
He was
ended
going
up
through
in the
DeMar
Eastern Conference.
DeRozan and the Toronto Raptors
You can
as
try
the
to
best
compare
team.
it to whatever you want to
Every
compare
single
it
year,
to.
in and out,
Winning
every
a
year.
ring by yourself isn't easy. And when you got help, it still ain't easy.
Hey,
So
I'm
the
just
fact
saying.
that he was there and nobody else was 9 times in a row says a lot to me about the common denominator in the situation. Dude, we learned about
Listen.
common denomination in like 4th grade. You
When you're
remember
5
that?
times better than the next best player on any team in the Eastern Conference, you should go to the finals 9 times in a row.
And there's only one ball.
I'm loving the passion and energy I'm seeing between you guys. I think we need to do a whole nother episode on the history of LeBron's
Man,
career.
they just be trying me, people. Man, I'm
But-
a real Clevelander. Like, I
keeps it
don't know
real.
if you see
Yeah.
the
Keeps
Buckeyes
it real.
because it's upside down, but we really don't play them type of games.
These
And I got your
keeps it
back,
real.
Brian. I know they be talking crazy about you, but I got your back. Like, it ain't even no
He did
thing.
stand
Like, I
10 toes
bleed. I bleed
got to
it.
keep it real.
We
If-
got it. We cool. Do your thing in Philly. It's cool.
Meanwhile,
We will bring-
this is a guy who thinks Jordan's the greatest player of all time.
Hey, that's a subjective
Listen.
question.
I'm just saying.
I think two things can be true. It can be the greatest, and Bron can
Well,
be.
there we agree. Number
The
one,
GOAT.
Jordan. Number two,
Fair
number
enough,
two,
fair enough.
LeBron.
We definitely need to do an episode on LeBron's history and,
Oh,
and
they don't
bouncing
wanna do
around for
that.
other
They
teams
don't
because
wanna do
that
that.
was some
They'll
passion
be
for
so sick of
sure.
me on
If Rich made you laugh, offended you, or made you cringe,
I
give
made
this
him something. I
podcast
made him
a
something.
thumbs up and subscribe. If Aaron made you laugh, offended you, or
Probably offended. Most
also
likely.
give this podcast a subscribe.
There's a lot of people that think like Aaron out there, and I know that because y'all are haters and y'all are walking this earth every single day. And
Don't
we
be
see
hating.
you, and you
Don't
think
be
you're
hating.
invisible because
Hey.
you're behind the screen. But let me tell you, I can see y'all.
By haters, he means keeping it real.
Every one of y'all.
They're
That's
gonna
all I'm
keep it
saying.
real
Sometimes
next episode,
Aaron
but we do have to
shape
wrap.
shifts into
so-
a hater on camera, and I don't know what happens. But then he gets off and he's my dog again. So I don't know. There's hope for him. But y'all out there,
Believe it or not, they're besties.
We homies.
Anyway, that's all for this week's episode. We will catch you guys soon. But yes, follow and subscribe on whatever platform you get your
make sure you
podcast.
do that.
The passion was insane, guys. Oh my god.